Yes, yes, we should.
Yes.
Sana, you can then help to
So,
introduce me.
good morning, all of you. On behalf of Prana, I welcome each and everyone for the second webinar conducted by Dr. Sonali. So, Dr. Sonali has completed her post graduation in homeopathy. She has also completed her post graduation in dietetics and fellowship in advanced homeopathy. Dr. Sonali Bhosle has 20 plus years of experience in practicing homeopathy. She is also a mentor at Other Song, the International Academy of Homeopathy. Also, she was an ex-faculty at Bharati Vidyapit. She is also a researcher. She has also participated in the COVID research conducted by Prana. So, I would like Dr. Sonali to just continue with the webinar. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, Sana. Yes, so welcome all of you. If any participant is late, I will be admitting, and that will be only the breach in the lecture. So I will first want you to understand why this awareness lectures. You will be definitely understanding at the end of it. But whole idea is to reach homeopathy to maximum people, and people should take advantage to get benefit from this beautiful science. So, in spite of I am having a very busy schedule, but um, arranging these webinars helps me to reach my patients and reach maximum people actually. So today's topic is heal the pain, and I remember when I had when I'd taken my admission in the medical college, and I was quite unwell or ill because I had fractured my ankle, and my family doctor, a very close friend and associate, he told me, unless you feel the pain, you can't heal the pain. And I realized the importance of this statement. It is so true because in pain, what all is experience is our unique experience, and unless we experience it ourselves, we might not be heal it in the best way, as said by him. So my journey began with understanding my patients and what all I can do my best through this science to help them. So what is it? What is the pain? It is an unpleasant sensation felt by a person in the most simplest way. Broadly, it is classified as peripheral and visceral. Okay. Now, what is peripheral? Peripheral are the sensations coming from extremities, skin, subcutaneous tissues. Sub means below the skin, subcutaneous tissues. And visceral means sensations coming from internal organs like heart, liver, abdominal pains, pelvic pains. Okay. Apart from that, there are sensations coming from sensory organs. Sensory organs are the organs which sense. Eyes, for example, is a sensory organ. Ears, tongue, nose, skin. So from all of here, we are receiving signals. There are particular body parts from where we can receive the signal of pains. It can be head or any other body part. Sometimes there are pains coming from not the actual organ but somewhere else. For example, heart is affected but the pain is felt in the shoulder. Such kind of pains are called referred pains. Left shoulder and left upper extremity get pain, tingling and numbness when there is pain in the heart. So this is referred pain. Or right shoulder pain when there are changes in liver. Or appendix is present in the lower abdomen right side, but pain is felt in the belly button, the umbilicus. So these are certain types from where we receive our pains. Okay. So, what is the importance of pain? Basically, pain is a signal. It is a signal that tells us, hello, you have problem here. Okay. So, it is our body protective mechanism to tell us, don't move, take care, do something about it. You need to see a doctor. You need to get investigated or whatever. So pain is a symptom which is telling, it is a sign which is telling you need to take care and do something about it. And why it is a protective mechanism? Because when it pains, only then we stop. Otherwise, we don't want to stop in life. Am I right?
Yes.
So, it is so, we are so much, you know, so much with our things that we don't want to stop. Even if it pains, we want to just pop some painkiller and still go on till the thing becomes, out of control. How they are presented? Pains are presented as acute and broadly again as chronic. When you see acute pain, it can happen due to any kind of injury. Imagine your finger getting into the door. How is the pain? Acute, excruciating pain. There are certain diseases which present with acute pain. For example, gout. In gout, due to deposition of crystals in the joint, it has inflammatory changes in the joint swells and excruciating pains are felt. Renal stone. The stone gets obstructed in the ureter, the tube carrying from the kidney to the bladder, and it exerts pressure, and the our body tries to throw out the stone. In that, the ureter contracts, but then on the stone, imagine a pipe is contracting, and then it is a tremendous pain because of the spasm. Okay. Angina, severe pain in the heart region, but the nerve fibers are also supplying the shoulder, the chin, the occiput. Occiput region is the back of head. So there also angina pains are felt. Herpes. Herpes in Marathi it is called Nagin. It is, this herpes zoster, it is a viral infection where the spinal nerves are getting affected, and it is very, very painful condition. Okay, because directly the nerves are affected, nerve pains are excruciating, they are directly going to the spinal cord and from the spinal cord to the brain. Pancreatitis. Again, itis means inflammation and pancreas is the name of our organ. So when there is inflammation in pancreas, severe excruciating pain in the middle of the chest going directly to the back. I mean, one of the patient told की मला ना असं वाटतंय जसं चाकू खुपसलाय इकडनं आणि तिकडनं बाहेर निघतोय. And when investigated, it was found to be pancreatitis. Appendicitis. In appendicitis, the pain is felt near the umbilical region. Umbilicus, our belly button. बेंबीच्या इथे पेन्स यायला लागतात. त्यामुळे बऱ्याचदा कळत नाही की हे अपेंडिक्सचं पेन आहे का. I am speaking in Marathi also so that my audience understands everything. Am I going fast?
No, no,
Yeah.
not at all.
Okay. So, and later on in appendix, the pain is experienced in the right lower half of the abdomen. In migraine, they are called vascular headaches, again due to the irregular distribution or, of the blood flow. The arteries contract and relax, and it causes severe pain because arteries have more pain receptors. They sense there are two type of vessels in our body. One is called artery and one is called vein. Artery carries the blood away from heart, which is purified blood, and veins carry the impure blood to the heart for purification. No. So in migraine, it is arterial, blood flow, which is, that's why there are throbbing pains and excruciating pain, or it is called vascular headaches. Okay. There is, one more very acute and very painful condition is trigeminal neuralgia. In trigeminal neuralgia, see, there is our face is provided in trigeminal neuralgia. The pain is going along the nerve fibers, and there are a lot of face pains. It might be in the mandible, it might be in the eyes, it might be in the face, and severe. It is not controlled by painkiller. Again, because the nerves are directly affected. I'm just giving you these examples of pain which can help, which is very helpful actually, to know I need to take action. For that, it is important to understand. Sometimes abscess, फोडांमध्ये दुखतं, ठसठसल्यासारखं दुखतं. There is abscess which is, abscess is what? फोड झाला आहे आणि त्याच्यामध्ये लॉट ऑफ इन्फ्लमेटरी मटेरियल तिथे जमा झालं आहे. स्वेलिंग हॅज कम अँड देन इट इज थ्रॉबिंग अँड पल्सेटिंग. देर इज इन्फेक्शन, देर इज पेन, अँड we are not okay with that pain. So these are some acute. I mean, there are many acute kind of pains, but I have just mentioned here few very common. In chronic conditions, chronic means the pain which is lasting for long, more than 3 months, more than 6 months, since years. These are arthritic pain, pain in the joint, muscles, tendons, ligaments, capsules, related to bone, spine, and joint. Every day I have pain. This is acute episode. In acute happens, and then later on there is no problem. In chronic, there is daily problem. Spondylitis, pain in the neck with vertigo sensation, or in rheumatoid arthritis, where there is daily in the morning swelling of the joints with difficulty in movement. Okay. Then in rheumatic arthritis, it is autoimmune disorder. Autoimmune is our own immunity is acting against our cells. It is recognizing it as foreign and it is attacking the joints. Our healing mechanism, when it acts against our cells, they form into autoimmune category. So rheumatoid arthritis falls into that category, or ankylosing spondylitis, or many of the rheumatic conditions do fall in autoimmune category. Okay. Then chronic, one more example of chronic pain is colitis. You daily have to go for stools. There is uneasiness sensation in the stomach. There's better by after passing the stool. Any small indiscretion in eating habits leading to pain. Okay. So this is colitis. Flatulence. At times, flatulence can be a major cause of pain, because why flatulence will be the cause of pain? Because it is pressing the structures, the air, it presses the structures around, and there are sensory nerve fibers which take the sensation to the brain, and patient feels tremendous pain. And then the X-ray is done, and it is or the abdominal examination is done, and it is seen that lot of gas has got accumulated and it is not coming out as passage of gas or as an इरक्टेशन. इरक्टेशन मीन्स ढेकर. तर जेव्हा पास होत नाही त्याच्यामध्ये पण खूप पेनफुल असू शकतं ही कंडिशन. Feet pain, pain in extremities. I told you, joint pains, arthritis of different kinds. There are almost 200 types of arthritis. So ultimately, they form into chronic category, or sometimes there is acute pain. In chronic disease, a presentation can be acute fever ala and then tremendous body ache, and we are going through this COVID situation, and you know how it is. If, few of you must have also experienced COVID like symptoms, and how much joint pain is there and how much distress is there. So at times this pain becomes a very difficult thing to handle, though I told you it is our protective mechanism. Okay, it is telling you have to do something about it. So how is pain processed? Pain when it comes, it goes to our central nervous system. These are called sensory pathways. There are pathways which will take the pain to the higher centers, the CNS. Then once the CNS receives the pain sensation, it will decide what has to be done, what action has to be done, and how to reduce the pain. Our body's mechanism of relieving the pain comes into play. That is motor pathway, which helps to relieve the pain. It acts on the principle of action and also analgesia. This is body's healing mechanism to deal with pain. Our body has a mechanism, and that's what is our central nervous system. Through sensory pathways, it goes to the CNS, and through the motor pathways, what has to be done happens. But what happens, the sensory pathways, when they are going to the brain, they also give some fibers to our hypothalamus, from where our emotions get excited. Okay, this is the emotional area of brain. Also, some fibers are given to the limbic system, from where we assume some autonomic responses come. Means we assume typical postures as a protective mechanism towards pain, or when we say autonomic nervous system. Autonomic means automatic. In pain, since the sensory fibers are not only going to the central nervous system, but to the area of brain where emotions are excited, to the areas where autonomic nervous system comes into play. Because of that, our heart rate increases, or we feel sweating, or we feel nausea. Okay, so these all things happen. You can relate when you are in pain. Isn't that happen with you? You can relate. कि जब मुझे सबसे ज़्यादा दर्द हो रहा था, तब क्या क्या हो रहा था, It was the experience of pain. It was the distress with pain. The emotions get excited. We take certain postures and we feel comfortable with that posture because that is our body's own mechanism. For example, there is one remedy, Dioscorea, we give in homeopathy, where the patient says, I am better only by, the abdominal pain is better only by lying and stretching myself as much as back I can go. Okay, so this is quite unusual, and that Dioscorea remedy can help in that condition. Okay, so I'm just telling you, when you understand this physiology, then you don't panic, and panic is also happens. With pain, panic also comes. Though I tell you don't panic, but definitely it will come because CNS has taken the control. So again, panic is also our protective mechanism. Emotions is also our protective mechanism. Posture also our protective mechanism. And increase in heart rate is also our protective mechanism to deal with pain. It is body's way to deal with it. But only thing is, if it goes beyond that, that is what you need to take help for. That is what you need to go to the doctor. Okay, because beyond it, it can be unnecessarily damaging the tissues from where the pain is coming. Yeah, we become like this. I feel all of us have experienced pain in some form or the other. Some form or the other, and that's why you can relate. The only thing we can say is no, I don't want this. I don't want this. or I don't want to talk about it, or don't talk to me, or leave me alone, or why me so early? Why my only left knee pains and right knee doesn't pain? If I'm aging, why not both the knees? Because these are all the questions you pose me and I try to answer it. So, yeah, back pain, very common, very, very common. Okay, injuries, okay, colitis, abdominal pain, soft muscles are going into spasm, and see the posture being taken. He has taken this posture because, or his eyes are tightly closed because that is helping him somewhere. And that's what is important as a homeopath to understand. What is the posture? How is the intensity? Where is the side? It is right side or left side? It is what it is causing, is the noise aggravating it? Is the environment aggravating it? Do you want to speak or you don't want to speak? And these things become very important and sharp pointers for me as an homeopath to select a remedy for you. Generally, in pain, where we search, you tell me honestly where you search for solution. है ना? Google, our easiest, closest friend, dearest friend, isn't it? You can do that, but it can at times, if not well investigated, can lead to a panicky situation into what all is going on. The panic can be added because we are not in the situation in pain to deal with ourselves. So though this seems to be a solution, but it is really not a solution. Body's healing mechanism. Analgesic pathways are also called pain inhibitory pathways, okay, or descending pathways. That is kind of a survival mechanism. Pain is our survival, it acts like a survival mechanism for ourselves, okay. Why I am saying it acts as a survival mechanism, or how analgesic pathways come into play. See, when there is pain, if you are excited, for example, while playing a match, or you are doing something, you have arranged something at your place and people are coming, and something has, you got hurt, you will not feel the pain that intensely. Is it true? If you are excited and you get hurt, will you feel the pain with the same intensity as in another situation if you have got hurt? मुलांना खेळता खेळता लागतं आणि तेव्हा ते सांगतात का की मला लागलंय आणि मला खूप त्रास होतोय, की when do they tell about the pains? Might be they will tell later on when they come home and later on. Because why this happens? Because of our body's analgesic pathways. I told you they descend from central nervous system to periphery, and they help in analgesia. Because your emotions are so excited that you don't feel the pain at that time. Or especially in soldiers, they receive very bad injuries, but till the war is not over, they will not complain about the pain, or they don't feel the pain also. Again, this is our body's analgesic mechanism, because your state of mind is very alert, very excited at that time, and analgesia will help, body's healing mechanism will help to conquer the pain at that time. That's why I told it's a survival mechanism which body sees to it. And later on, when the situation passes, later on you'll experience, array, now it is very painful. Because now the excitement has gone, now the body will try to focus on the area which is painful, and then it will again send the signal to CNS, now come on, do something about it, you need to take care. As an homeopath, I understand pain. We ask how it started, the onset, the duration, how long it is from, how it started, how long you are experiencing, what all happened in the progression of pain. For example, there is a pain in the back, how it started, where is the location, where is the exact location, and then sometimes you are able to locate the pain if it is sharp. If it is not sharp, it is very difficult to locate also the pain. Okay, but this location is again registered by our central nervous system, and it helps me as a homeopath to select the right remedy. Then, what is the sensation? When you get burned, it is a burning sensation. Our body registers pain sensation above 45 degrees. Okay, below 45 degrees, it is okay. Or as a burn, or any kind of sensation, it has to cross the threshold for that person to experience a particular sensation, where you tell sometimes it is like this, it is twisting, it is burning, it is sharp, it is like being cut, it is like an abscess. So many types. And again, this is very, very individual. Individual means it's very characteristic for a particular person. Factors that increase and decrease the pain. At times when you say ki by movement I feel better, though movement should ideally increase the pain because the tissues are inflamed. So movement should increase the pain physiologically. But at times you have experienced, some of the patients they will tell me ki movement helps me. Rather, when I sit long at one place, it increases my pain. Or putting on the fan helps me, or taking a razai helps me, or XYZ. So factors that increase and decrease your pains are again very characteristic to you. They cannot be same in spite of same diagnosis. If I say rheumatoid arthritis, two patients of rheumatoid arthritis, for a homeopath, I will have to see onset, duration, progress, location, sensation, factors, increase, decrease, and the accompanying complaints. This can be absolutely different to both the patients of rheumatoid arthritis. And that is what in homeopathy we say individualization, because your remedy will be found from your characteristics. And that's why it's important that I give enough time to my patients to understand their every symptom in great detail. Homeopathy, the effect of pains on psyche are also well understood. I told you that as physiology, I told you the pain fibers are going to the part of the brain where emotions are excited. Because many of you have a problem, you deal with the pain. No, don't ask me about the mind, what I am happens. And then I patiently tell you, you feel free to express yourself, because that is what is going to help me to find a remedy for you. So at times pain can make us weepy, irritable. In irritability, what all? Someone can feel something, someone can feel some. It's absolutely okay. The problem is not should I say this or should I not share this with my homeopath. The problem is that the more you share exactly what is happening to you with the pains, the effect on the psyche, the triggering factors, what you felt had triggered your pains, it will help me to give a very, very right remedy and to deal with your complaints. And then I feel, when I have dealt properly, this is what, it happens with most of us. Every pain, it gives us a lesson, and every lesson changes a person. If you can just relate with yourself, I want you to close your eyes and relate to yourself when you were in pain at the maximum, and how was the effect later on. I want you to give a few moments. I want you to focus on yourself. How are you in pain? So that it will help you to relate, which is the part which closing your eyes helps you to connect with yourself the easiest way? Which is the location which is very painful at times? What is the kind of sensation you can feel it? Some people can feel the sensation very clearly. For some, it is difficult. I want you to close your eyes and connect yourself to the time when you had lot of pain. How was your mood at that time? What were the factors which were making things worse? What was the factor that was making things better for you? What were the other sensations in your body parts you were experiencing when you are in pain? This connection with yourself and scanning yourself as a witness is very important because that will give me as a homeopath your uniqueness to what all happens to you. Once you witness it and you share with me, I can find an exact matching of the remedy from around thousands of homeopathic remedies that are there in the pharmacopoeia. With witnessing process, can anybody share and unmute? Anybody went to an experience of pain? If somebody went, please, somebody can unmute themselves and share here.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes,
Ma'am,
yes.
Mitesh here.
Yeah. Yeah,
Ma'am,
Mitesh.
I can share. I want to share
Yeah.
my personal experience regarding the pain because I am having a chronic condition of ankylosing spondylitis, which you referred in your
Yes.
slide.
Yeah.
Means a type of rheumatic arthritis. So due to that, what happened in 2000, from 2019 December, I was having a chronic pain. Means I was not able to even sit for 1 hour in my office. That was my condition in 2000, from 2019 to 2020 March. Then I tried various physiotherapists and all. They told ki yes, this condition will be reversed and this pain will be gone. But after a lot of tryouts also, this pain was not going, because actually what happened, all the physiotherapists which I was going, they were just saying ki this is a muscle pain and we can relieve it by various mechanism like tense and all various therapies which they are having. But finally it got out as ki my basically bone joint is damaged.
Yeah.
So in March I came to know, in 2020 March. So that time actually I realized ki I might need to go for a surgery. Means I just started preparing mentally myself ki I might need to go for a surgery. And the pain got unbearable.
Yeah.
Means then I went for a hip replacement surgery,
Okay.
THR.
Okay. Total hip
Yeah,
replacement surgery you have
yeah,
undergone.
mm,
Okay. How
yeah.
are you now after the surgery?
Yeah, ma'am. The pain, the in that area is not there. Means that is okay. Means pain is not there right now. But what happens actually? My thinking was ki artificial joint is artificial joint, and God-given joint is a God-given joint. You can't replace it, because I have to I have to actually deal with several precautions in day-to-day life. You can't jump it, means from high, or you have to take care while sitting, or
What is
you
the
can't
complaint right now
squat.
with respect to
Yeah.
pain after
Pain
surgery?
is okay. Pain is okay, ma'am.
Now, are you pain free
No.
totally?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, good. So
Really not totally pain free, because this condition was there. This hip damage actually started in 2017 or
yeah,
18. So due to this 4 years of the hip in a tilted condition, my knee was actually has also went into a FFR condition. So my right now pain is in knee related area, and the actual area where the pain was initially there in hip area, it is not there. It is pain free.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Mitesh, you can now mute
Mhm.
yourself. So with Mitesh, what has happened is ankylosing spondylitis. It is a condition where multiple joints get affected. So though due to that your posture gets incorrect, there comes a hunch in the back and the pressure gets unequally distributed. In Mitesh's case, his hip joint received the most of the injury, it was most disfigured, and he replaced it with surgery. But the thing is, he is saying that now I have pain in my knee also, actually, because over the years the hip, which was not able to take the pressure, it transferred it to the knee, and now the knee is in the problem. So is, Mitesh, do you feel the solution to replace knee now?
No, ma'am. Actually, this is actually fixed flexion deformity of the knee, and that is related to, I think, muscle. I have not got the X-ray done for last 2 or 3 years for knee. So, if it is the bone related, I'll think of the surgery. Otherwise, I'm trying out
Mitesh,
with some.
after the knee surgery, what you will do? Because there will be ankle in the pain in the ankle also. Now you can mute yourself. I will solve your
Okay.
problem here itself. So what happens in autoimmune conditions, as I told, our body's mechanism attacks our own cells, our own joints and muscles, considering it foreign. Okay. So, surgery or what all medicine from the modern science can definitely relieve the pain what you were having at that time. But the thing is, since this is an autoimmune disease, it is not addressed, so it will keep affecting one or the other joint. And that's why you have to go for a holistic therapy, looking forward for a holistic therapy, and homeopathy is one of them which can be helpful, which I will be sharing. So, that is what is the importance of follow-ups. You know, if once you are coming for the acute phase or the chronic phase, but what happens as the time passed away? Like in like this example of ankylosing spondylitis right now, Mr. Mitesh shared. How is the follow-up after 1 year, 2 year, 3 year? And that makes me, as a doctor, as a physician, as a surgeon, as a rheumatologist, to work with you and to help you. Okay. As a homeopath, in acute condition, at times the follow-up needed are on hourly basis. Okay, in acute. I tell patients to keep me updated. Update me after 3 hours, update me in the evening. If you feel anything, just put a WhatsApp message. Because we have to see the potency needs to be changed. Does there any change of remedy indications are there? Or are there other parameters which are worsening? Because body has given the signal. Now is the thing to deal with it. So only popping a pill of any kind is not going to help to solve all your problems. Let it be belong to any pathy. Here, pathy is not important. Generally, people they do, and they are misinformed and they take wrong decisions at times. And कि मैंने ऐसा किया ना तो अभी मेरे को कुछ होगा नहीं, वैसा नहीं होता है. डिसीज का प्रोसेस यदि बिगिन हुआ है, उसे मैनेज करने के लिए फॉलोअप्स for chronic condition, it can be weekly follow-up or it can be monthly or 6 monthly follow-up. But follow-up has to be done. You need to connect with your pain as you connected right now, because your cooperation for me as an homeopath, I will try my best. How can I protect the integrity of your system by administering homeopathic medicine? But for that, I need your cooperation, which is of utmost importance. as only you can tell me the exactness of the sensation that you are experiencing. You know, right now when you were experiencing, some of you might have related to their pains, or some of you it was too short time to connect with your own self also, because something else is there, cooker is being put, someone is going to come, you know, okay, right now ma'am is telling to concentrate on pain, I will go and do something else. You know, our mind is an instrument which goes on into its permutation and combination and doesn't allow us to rest. But I have understood, when you concentrate on your pain, it is the way to connect with yourself, and it will be different. I told you. It is relative. When I say it is relative, means it differs with each person's threshold of pain, individual sensitivity, and individual reactivity. So, you know, what is the threshold? For some person, the threshold can be low. For some person, they are not so sensitive to pain. You know, this will help me to find a remedy which is more sensitive to pain, which needs immediate attention, or some individual whose pain threshold is long and which the pace of the remedy has to be like that, to match exactly what is happening to the patient and to see and find in the remedy. You know, that is what a homeopath does, because popping a painkiller is masking the pain. You know, in dental pain or something, you just have to, you know, it's so unbearable की you say की आता मला painkiller घ्यायचा. Painkiller घेतल्यानंतर mask तर झालं, but did it heal it? So for healing, it will cause anti-inflammation. It is, you took some anti-inflammatory, the pain is reduced, but you have to see what is, how I told you, you know, the slide, onset, duration, progress. This is very important. Location, sensation, factors that increase, and factors, what are the accompanying factors, because that will help to heal your pain. Okay. So homeopathic medicines can be utilized for faster recovery, especially post-surgery. Painkillers or pain injections are definitely being taken where tissues are being cut till the body redevelops. Homeopathic medicine post-surgically can also be utilized for faster healing. Why homeopathy I am stressing? Because it deals with triggering the body's healing mechanism. I told you, body has an analgesic system within. Imagine with some substance I can trigger that mechanism. Will it be good than masking the pain? You have to decide. I leave it to you to decide. Why repeated attacks of pain? Underlying causes needs to be healed. Because pain is just the tip of iceberg, and there's lot many things happening here which needs to be healed, which are taken into consideration in the homeopathic consultation. What all happened, how it started, the effect it is causing on you, the effect it is causing on your household, on your office work, on in general in your life, and that is studied. So case taking is not only history of patient, because patients do tell me in 2000 this happened, in 2012 this happened, in 1990 this happened. You know, history is not only noting information of what happened to you, but it is actually going with the person in journey to their core experiences and actually experiencing with them how they experienced it. This is only possible in homeopathic case taking. So homeopathic physician, he or she becomes a facilitator to know what is unique about the person's perception of pain. त्याला त्याची जाणीव पेनची कशी जाणवते आहे. This is what a homeopathic physician will do, experience with you, and then will help what is the diagnosis and what remedy you need specifically. It is a very tailor fit remedy for each person. It is not one remedy. So at times it is very difficult for me when somebody says खोकला झालाय औषध पाहिजे. I need to understand how is your cough, how it started, what is increasing, decreasing, what it is causing you. Is it hurting your chest? Is it so dry that, you know, it is causing pains all over the chest? And that will help me to decide the remedy. For a single diagnosis, medicines will be different as per the experience of the pain and accompanying modalities. This I had shared with you. Ki diagnosis can be same. For example, rheumatoid arthritis. There can be 10 patients of RA, but everybody's experience, everybody's progress of pains, everybody's condition can be absolutely different. I have seen siblings, म्हणजे भाऊ बहीण असतात, एकाच घरात वाढलेले असतात, पण दोघांचे पण कंप्लेंट्स ॲब्सोल्युटली डिफरंट असतात. And that is the uniqueness. We all are unique, we are different from each other, and that's why our remedy needs to be different. Homeopathy healing happens on similia principle. The medicine having exact similar expression of the person in pain is chosen from homeopathic pharmacopoeia. Remedy is that which covers the physical expression, the mood expression, the sensation, factors that increase the complaints. What is your food desire? What do you feel like eating during your distress? There can come a strong craving for a specific kind of food. How is the sleep? Any specific dreams which are repeated, or how is the experience in the dream? Or any specific heightened sensitivity to thermals. That means you need fan, you don't need fan, you're feeling very cold, you're feeling very hot. These all things are very important to see during acute presentation of pain. So healing happens when there is relief of pain. Stress goes away, and thus sleep comes naturally. And you feel fresh. There is desire to involve yourself in activities, and you experience restfulness. So what is holistic? Holistic is body, mind, will, and desire. The alignment of all this is holistic. When we say alignment, it is alignment with your tissues, with your cells, and with your system that helps you to bounce back. And when you bounce back with your healthy self, your energy, and with your deepest desire, you experience satisfaction. So I feel it's very important we all reach our analgesic. I've written reach your analgesic, but yes, let's reach our analgesic. Pain is an expression to heal, and how to deal with it is on you to decide after the insight through this lecture. So thank you so much, and I feel heal thyself. Heal thyself is heal yourself. You know how to heal, what help to take. It is absolutely your decision. I just shared you how it happens with homeopathy, what all we consider when we deal with patients with homeopathy. I will like now for some questions to come so that I can help to answer your questions. Till then, also somebody is preparing for, others can watch this video. It was a case of gout, and this patient has given me the permission to share for educational purpose certain things which he faced and was healed with.
For the last 10 years, I'm having a pain, acute pain in my, it started from my toe. Who used to get swollen regularly. Then it started from the ankles, and then now I'm having pain particularly at the knees. Sometimes the left knee, sometimes the right knees. And it gets swollen suddenly in the night or something like that. And when I take the painkiller, especially Nivoset P, that get dissolved and it remains stable for about 2 to 3 days, and then it starts. That's what I'm feeling. I'm suffering with blood pressure is there. And blood pressure issues. After that, I mean, the issue of the gums issues is also going on badly due to the, maybe hopefully due to the side effects of the medicine which I'm taking. So the medicine which I'm taking normally is the Diarovic for the gout, and the for BP I'm taking Metexel 25 is the BP medicine, and Total 20 is the medicine which I'm taking. And there is some Kada for the myalgic pneumonoso and pneumonia Kada that I'm taking currently. The other things which I'm doing currently. And I don't know why I don't feel fresh when I get wake up. The sleep is not that constant. I don't feel fresh. I've been having a sleep of 7 to 8 hours. The basic problem I'm facing. This is the basic another key issue with the
Can you just describe me this basic thing when you say? Tell me about the pains and
yeah,
a
when,
bit more about it.
when the pain starts, actually, I get the pre-intimation that pain will start. It starts very the minor pain, and then when it goes after 9 or 12 o'clock, after 8 to 10 hours, then it goes in a stiffness. It goes slow. When we take medicine, then we can come down. I can feel the pain, but it is going to start. That's how it goes. And I used to have issues of the migraine also. I have issues with migraine sometimes. The migraine attacks also. Pain means the particular portion gets swollen. It gets reddish color, not that much reddish, but you cannot make out. It gets swollen. You cannot make it. You cannot walk straight, or you can make it keep straight. Sometimes it is at the toe, sometimes it is at the ankle, sometimes it is at the knees. So it rotates, keeps on rotating. It's not stable in one location. It keeps on rotating. Some of the other joints. That's what I have experienced for the last 10 years. And I have taken medicine from.
So this is how he has come with, and you can watch his follow-up after 7 months of treatment. How is he?
Yeah, as I said, पहले से कैसा with respect to impatience use.
Impatience कहते हैं कि पहले कोई भी चीज़ के लिए समझता था कि जल्दी होना या होना चाहिए, अंदर से ऐसा eagerness होता है बॉडी का, और बॉडी की लैंग्वेज, बॉडी का ये चेंज होता है, बॉडी लैंग्वेज चेंज होती है उसमें. अभी impatience नहीं है. अगर कोई काम होता भी नहीं है, थोड़ा डिले होता है, थोड़ा पेशेंस बढ़ गया, चिड़चिड़ापन नहीं आता, गुस्सा नहीं आता, थोड़ा कम. लेकिन कभी कभी होता है बीच में, अगर कोई चीज़ मेरे जैसे नहीं होती तो उस फ्लो में गुस्सा आ जाता है. गुस्सा आ जाता है, थोड़ा सा हेडेक फील होता है. कंटिन्यूस नहीं होता. पहले वो कंटिन्यूस होता था, पहले चीज़ कंटिन्यूस होती थी.
ये चीज को आपको कैसा हेल्प होता है with respect to your work?
नहीं हेल्प मतलब कॉन्संट्रेशन बढ़ता है काम में, और सामने वालों को बुरा नहीं लगता. चीज़ें जो है इमोशनली हर्ट नहीं होता कोई बंदा. मैं भी थोड़ा फील करता हूँ कि फील गुड फैक्टर, बहुत सारा डिफरेंस आ रहा है चीज़ में. ये सब चेंजेस बहुत सारे जो आपने फील किया.
आपको लगता है कि वर्क में जैसे कि कंसंट्रेशन
वर्क में हो गया, डेली लाइफ, डे टू डे लाइफ में फर्क हो गया. ये सब चीज़ें बहुत सारी ट्रेमेंडस चीज़ें और उससे ज़्यादा हो सकती है चांसेस. मतलब वही ट्रीटमेंट, अच्छे ट्रीटमेंट तो मतलब हो सकता
हो सकता है, लेकिन आपको लग रहा है ये
Changes,
चीज
yes.
इवन somebody else has told कि आपने थोड़ा सा
है. किसी और ने नहीं कहा था, लेकिन मेरा पीछे से आता है, लगता है कि चेंजेस है. और दूसरी बात, जो गाउट का ट्रीटमेंट ले रहा हूँ, 1 महीने से मैंने ज़ैलोर लिया नहीं है, वो बंद हो गया. पेन किलर्स 7-8 महीने से नहीं लिया, मेरा बंद हो गया. और जो गम्स का था इशूज़, जो अपने वेकोसिन दिया था, उसकी वजह से पूरा गया 100% क्योर. ये तीखा खत्म हुआ गम्स के अंदर जो वो जाता है लिक्विड, पानी आता है, तो उससे जलन होती है. तो वो चीज़ें नींद का फैक्टर कभी होती, कभी नहीं होती, नींद लगती है, लेकिन बीच में नींद खुल जाती है, पूरी तरह से वो भी बहुत फर्क पड़ा. हेडेक जो रेगुलर थे वो थोड़े कम हो, मैंने 3-4 दिन होते थे, अभी 15 दिन में 20 दिन में होते हैं, तो वो भी कम हो, ये सीवियर हेडेक नहीं होगा, कल फील हो रहा था लेकिन इतना नहीं हुआ, नॉर्मल। तो ये चीज़ें बहुत फर्क पड़ी है, इम्पैक्ट हो रहा है, आई कैन फील दैट चेंजेस, tremendous change within me and the life what I'm living in. Well, it was very painful life with the gout, but now it has totally come to stable. Though I have been taking the allopathy the week, but it has reduced now. So I'm thankful for that treatment what I give to.
You're satisfied.
Yeah. But I think this should continue further.
Were your troubles addressed at time? Or
Yeah, it was very interesting.
especially in acute
Yes, I have
problems.
I got good help and from you specifically. I called you up, supported me at nights also on the phone and got a good medicine at the same time when I come. So by that way, I'm very happy and I have been guiding other people's phone because I have got the changes. So I have to feel that others should also get the chance of getting cured.
This was the, I think you heard him. Initially, he was very unclear with lot of pains and lot of medicines, but over the time, he is much better with respect to everything at various levels. Can you hear me? Okay. Sometimes left, sometimes right pain. Yes, this Praja, yeah. So this is again an indication of how the pain travels, okay? How the pain travels in some, it is just an indication. It was a case of a gout which I shared before after, where he was taking all the medicines, which was not helping in spite of taking all the medicines uh, related to gout. And he was helped a lot with homeopathy, and he is no more on any medicines now. Now he is absolutely fine. And that's why we share this video, okay, how homeopathy has helped him to heal him completely at bodily level, at mental level, and is able to live life in a more satisfied way and do his things in a more satisfied way. Please share.
Yeah. So the recent experience, I was having major back pain
Huh.
within these last 2 weeks,
Okay.
and earlier it was totally whole back, but after some time it was majorly at the lumbar joint
Okay.
and at the lumbar part. So
Hmm.
that was very much hurting,
Hmm.
and every time maybe it would be because of the long sittings.
Yeah.
And after that, when it was not possible for easy movement,
Hmm.
so that was getting difficult. But recently, I started playing badminton. So after that,
Hmm.
I was able to play very easily, and after that, it totally got vanished. I really didn't understand how that happened, but
Yeah.
I'm not experiencing that same pain right now. And earlier, I tried with some yoga postures, but even that didn't help me.
Yeah.
The pain was still the same. And after starting the game, it got totally vanished.
Yeah.
So, what could be the reason for this?
Yeah. See, actually, with exercise, our endorphins and enkephalins are the juices which are secreted when we exercise. Okay, so that helps to reduce. Those are our natural analgesics. So many times, when you go for exercise and you feel better after exercise, your pains and aches absolutely go away. That happens because of endorphins and enkephalins, which are secreted when you start into that mode of exercise. And that's why exercise, we tell every person to have, some exercise schedule. And you got pain because certain muscle went into a spasm. It was a spasm, and then once you started playing again, generally we tell, if the spasm is too painful, we tell the patient to rest for 2 days till the spasm goes away and then play or start with activities. But endorphins and enkephalins helped you to relieve your pain.
Yeah, but before starting to play any game,
Hmm.
earlier I tried with some yoga postures if that could heal.
Help. Why
But
didn't why didn't
yeah,
why didn't that yoga posture
don't know.
help, and why badminton helped? You might be
Yeah,
more you might be more happy playing badminton than doing yoga.
okay.
See, what you like to do is very important, huh? So, yes, I'm not, though this is sounding a joke, but it is very true. We do,
Okay, okay.
please do choose an exercise program which suits you, which you like to do.
Okay, okay. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Anything else? Yeah. Any other
Hello.
question? Any other question?
Ma'am, ma'am, I have doubt in this because see, for my condition, suppose I consider that I have an autoimmune disease. So,
Yeah.
autoimmune disease means hyperactivity of the immune system leading to the damaging of the tissues. My own immune system acting against me.
Yeah.
So, in this case, I have heard only remedy is to suppress the immune system. So basically, in
No, no,
allopathy,
that,
I am getting or immunosuppressant. So I
yes.
just wanted to understand what different homeopathy does in this case, so as to heal it from within the root cause of the disease.
That is what in allopathy there are immunosuppressants because immune system has become hyper, है ना, हाइपर हो गया है, वो ज़्यादा काम कर रहा है, ज़रूरत से ज़्यादा काम कर रहा है, तो उसको इसलिए सप्रेस करते हैं बाय गिविंग इम्यूनो compressive drugs. In homeopathy, we help to stimulate the natural healing mechanism, the analgesic pathways, and the natural body's healing mechanism. So that is the biggest difference. I told you through the slides, I told you, I can go again here, where I told you that body has own healing mechanism, which homeopathic medicine helps to trigger those healing mechanism, and that's why, you know, at times, see, I told you here somewhere, how the motor pathways help to relieve the pain and analgesic. This is what is our body, it is our in our physiology, and homeopathic medicine helps for the function to happen more appropriately. So the sensory pathways, though they are reaching the sensory, so how much to take on the basis of similia principle, the healing happens, because when the same remedy, this is a law, where uh, similar remedy having similar manifestation of the pains when it is chosen, and that's why I'm telling homeopathy is a very artistic line of treatment. It needs lot of skill to study the case accurately and to give the accurate remedy. If the accurate remedy is not received, patient is not relieved, and when patient is relieved, that means the homeopath is successful in giving the accurate remedy. Okay, so that's why I told you there are different remedies. It's not one remedy, not one medicine for every patient of pain, and it triggers these motor pathways, and which helps in analgesia by the body. The emotions get healed, the postures get corrected, and your heart, if it is going into other system which are overworking, will also be corrected. So it is not that it will suppress something, but it will help the body's triggering mechanism, the healing mechanisms are triggered with homeopathic medicine. You can definitely mail me your questions if you feel, my mail address is drs, you can note down my mail address, drsbhosle at gmail.com. Okay, so with this I take leave from you, and let's meet next month, or for the next webinar with a different topic, and let's bring this awareness in our lives, and let's heal our healing mechanism within, because ultimately every pain gives a lesson, and every lesson changes a person. Okay, yes, thank you.